for freshly prepared meals, sandwiches, savories, sweet treats, and refreshing drinks. Whether you're grabbing lunch, meeting friends, or taking something home for family, we've got something for everyone. Fresh, convenient, affordable. The Al Ansar Deli. Taste the difference today.
Your legacy, your wishes, your will. The Breakfast Rush, in conjunction with Shasta Miha Attorneys, invites you to join us on Saturday, 19 September 2026, from 10 a.m. onwards at 189 West Road, Overport, for an important opportunity to have your basic will drafted free of charge. Bookings are now open for World's Week and the free legal advice clinic. Spaces are limited, so reserve your consultation time with an attorney today on 031-208-1601. Protect your loved ones. Plan ahead. Put it in writing.
This segment is brought to you by Kenfield Auto, your RMI approved service and repair specialist. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Kenfield Auto.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbana wa la tuhammilna ma la taqata lana bih. Wa'fu anna. واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين.
Car won't start?
Kenfield Auto.
Noisy brakes?
Kenfield Auto.
Due for a service?
Kenfield Auto. Kenfield Auto, the answer to all your car problems. Your service and repair specialist for your VW, Audi, Suzuki, Toyota, or just about any vehicle. Kenfield Auto, your RMI and insurance approved workshop. Follow the red and white board in the passage at 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Call Shafi on 031-207-2399. Kenfield Auto.
It's fun day time again. Orient Islamic School is having a big fun day on Saturday, 29th of August at 9 o'clock. There's going to be games, fun, and lot of yummy food. Guess what? My daddy is going to be there too for all our Kansas Walker friends. Please come and buy lot of goodies. Remember, Saturday, 29th of August at 9 o'clock. At Orient Islamic School. Thank you. I'll see you there.
Radio Al Ansar welcomes your feedback. If you have a broadcasting related complaint, please put it in writing and address it to the head of the complaints committee. Include your full name, contact details, a clear description of your complaint, and any supporting documents. You can email your complaint to feedback@alansar.org.za. That's feedback@alansar.org.za. Or bring it in person to our Pietermaritzburg office at 240 Ortman Road, Willowton. Your input helps us serve you better.
When you give water, you bring life to drought-affected communities, providing fresh water for drinking, cleaning, and growing. Your support helps Islamic Relief implement water, sanitation, and hygiene projects, providing clean water to communities around the world. Donate now to Islamic Relief.
Babe, the radio is not working on my phone.
Hey, it's Nishal from your Breakfast Rush. Yes, certain things have changed. Some of you can't find us on our audio stream. Why? Well, because things change. Search Radio Al Ansar on Iono FM. That's IONO FM. Find our link, save it, download the Iono app, and listen to Radio Al Ansar worldwide. Also, check out our website, www.alansargroup.com, and you can stream from anywhere in the world. And whilst you're there, join our brand new WhatsApp channel. We'll see you inside your radio soon.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
It's Ria Mohammed here, hosting the Next Gen show on Radio Al Ansar, with each new episode premiering every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. My audience is invited to partake in this enriching journey, expecting a blend of insight, humor, mental health, trends, and relevance that is offered, guarantees a listening experience that is both enlightening and enjoyable, promising a journey not to be missed. Ria Mohammed from Next Gen.
Okay, beautiful souls, it is me, Ria Mohammed, back live on Next Gen with our awesome guest, Mohammed Akil Khan. Assalamu alaikum once again. Now, we were talking about your journey when it comes to your marketing, photography, you as a lecturer. Now let's go back into the fact that you're a lecturer at 24. Once again, I still think that's absolutely insane. Very inspirational. What do you enjoy most about teaching IT students?
Probably the fact that every student is different. As I said, you sometimes get slow learners, fast learners. Some learners will teach you things.
Yeah.
And you can teach the same concept to a class of students and get completely different reactions. Where if, for example, I'm doing a subject called Big Data and IoT, which involves data in IT, and a solution might be that Microsoft just released or their servers got hacked.
Yeah.
And one class might give a totally different reaction and answer than another class. And one student understands immediately, another needs a practical example, as I said, another needs actually build something before it clicks, meaning you have to actually show them physically how to do something.
Yeah.
I also enjoy the questions student asks. Might always not be stupid, but there's never a stupid question.
Yeah.
And we always taught that in school as well, ask questions related to something. And sometimes the student just asks something that makes you stop and think, actually, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll stun you, and where you'll have to go research by yourself and come back the next day and tell them the answer.
Yeah.
And because technology changes so quickly, teaching also means that I'm constantly learning myself from different IT environments to the digital space. For example, social media settings. If you look at the meta settings, since Meta will update it every maybe couple days, you as the person handling businesses and the social platforms also have to update your knowledge on it. And so I don't see myself as someone who has simply reached the end of their learning journey and is now teaching others. I'm still learning alongside my students as well.
You learn every day as you grow.
Exactly.
You mentioned IoT, so I was just thinking, when I was in school, I think I was in grade 8, I used to actually be able to build things. So I remember I programmed an Arduino board, and I had these infrared sensor thingies, and I built like a doghouse, right? Okay, it was actually very nice. I wish I could have taken it back, but it was like made from wood, and the door could open and close. So we did that ESCOM. What was it? ESCOM thing. And yeah, I built that. Honestly, till this day, I don't know how. I'm not gonna lie, my knowledge for programming things and getting involved with that is completely gone. I mean, I was in grade 8, but I don't know. I definitely cannot program that on my own or understand it anymore. So, but yeah, okay, so you teach areas ranging from programming and software engineering to cloud computing and IoT. IoT. Is it? Yeah, IoT,
yes,
sorry.
IoT.
I put it incorrectly.
No, it's cool.
Which area do you find more exciting, and why?
Definitely programming, software development, that part of the IT environment. And probably those are the areas that excite me the most, because there's something very satisfying about taking an idea and turning it into something that actually works. So sometimes you might have an idea if you're shopping in a supermarket, and you think the POS system is so slow. In South Africa, obviously, we don't have self-checkouts, where other countries have self-checkouts where you take your item, scan it, you pay for it, and you leave as the customer. So sometimes just thinking about how do I, as an IT person, implement that? And obviously, there is methods out there to do so. So you start with a problem, you think about the solution, and you write the code. Test it, break it, fix it, and eventually you have something functional. And you did coding as well by yourself. So you know about, for example, on line 300 there's an error, but to you looking at it visually, you'll say there's no error. And then you'll maybe use AI platforms, or after a couple hours you'll realize, hey, there's no closing tag, and you sat 3 hours just for that. But I also find areas like AI, cloud computing, IoT, data extremely exciting, because they're changing how technology interacts with the real world. Things like we just discussed in yesterday's alumni evening, there was a guest speaker that said things about data servers. And I raised the point about data centers radiating too much radiation into the community. And in America, there's so many data centers that's being developed, obviously by bigger companies. And the radiation being generated is astronomical, meaning the people living around there is obviously going to get affected, but the government doesn't know how to deal with it at all.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely awesome. Now, what I was going to mention something. Oh, yes. Like, do you know Claude?
Yes.
So what we did for our point of sale for our luxury baby clothing line from Turkey, we used Claude to build a point of sale. And I was so surprised because we were using another software system called Shopstar. And it was not that great, but now my uncle built this on Claude. And I think that was absolutely like insane because it's so simple to use. So AI has definitely taken over a lot of the world, but yeah, I'm happy about that. I wouldn't change that, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, now what are some of the biggest misconceptions students have about studying IT?
Okay, I'll start off with my misconception when I started studying. Probably that you're going to get a job as soon as you finish.
Yeah.
That will be any qualification, I think, firstly. Secondly is where you're studying IT and you think by your first, second, third year even, that you're going to be developing this huge application where millions and billions of people are going to be using it, like obviously like WhatsApp, Instagram, those platforms. But the smaller things in life become more satisfying. In terms of you created a weather app where people are going to be using it and going to be dependent on it. Dependent on it. For example, they might have to wear warmer clothing on that day rather than cold, things like that. So one of the biggest is that you have to be a mathematical genius or a computer genius before you start.
Yeah.
So people think maths plays a big role in IT. Yes, it does, but up to a point. If you have the creativity in terms of there's front-end development, people, you don't need a lot of coding for that, where you have this vision of how a website might look and you'll create it. And you don't need any maths with that.
Yeah.
So another misconception is that IT is simply sitting behind a computer and coding all day. Yes, you might see that in movies, in videos, people just coding their life away every day, the whole day. Doesn't work that way.
Okay. Yeah, so you spoke about math. Like, a lot of people say, like, okay, why do we even do math in school? Because we don't need it once you're done with school. Is that true or is that a misconception?
So you need it up to a point. Good point you raised. Because sometimes we'll deal with parents coming to sign their matric students up to campus. And they'll ask, okay, my son, my daughter is doing bad at maths.
Yeah.
Can they still do IT? Or can they still do this and so course?
Yeah.
Answer will be yes. Mainly because a student might be bad at something. Don't disadvantage them to think that they not good at something else.
Yeah.
And that's why at campus we have a good, really good support structure, I'd say, from lower level management to higher level management, where it's always a learning basis of student culture. There's obviously different generations of students, different understanding of students, and whoever walks into the door, make sure you fulfill whatever they came in to ask for, do. And they leave feeling that, hey, I can't study at Richfield maybe because they don't have a medical course. But using the knowledge that person gave you, I can take it and go to another place and study. But you don't ever leave them empty-handed.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I was at VC, I had to have 70% at least to do BCom law. I needed to have at least 70%, which I had, thankfully. But, so I guess it depends on the module that you're doing. That's where you need math, because initially I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to do BCom law, I want to do LLB. But I spoke to my aunt and uncle and they said, try out the BCom law. If you don't like it, you can switch, because they feel like you can make more money with BCom law, because there's also so many LLB students that it's like not in demand, right? So I tried the BCom law, obviously did not enjoy it, so now I'm doing LLB. But yeah, now, okay, what do you think separates an average IT student from someone who will really succeed in the industry?
Main word here will be curiosity. It'll play a big role in anyone's life, and an average student can ask, what do I need to pass? A student who wants to succeed asks, why does this work this way? What else can I do with it? How would this work in the real world? That difference in mindset is huge. For example, you're trying to connect something at home, such as a new TV that you just bought, and instead of going and looking for tutorials or your user manual, try it yourself. You're never going to break anything. Maybe you'll break something if you really try hard. But the main thing is trying things out.
Yeah.
Using your hands, your knowledge, the practical part of it, the theoretical part, just try it out. A lot of people in life, students, are afraid of trying new things. And they think that by trying something new, they'll fail. Try it out. Fails, you tried it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And I would also add consistency. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to be willing to keep learning, keep trying, and keep improving. The guest speaker we had at the alumni evening at Richfield Amschlanger yesterday, she is, no idea on the exact age, but probably around her 50s, 60s.
Okay.
And if you count back the years when she was born and in the academic space when she was learning, there was no such thing as AI.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as proper IT environment. So how did she learn? So basically she kept on improving herself. So students need to carry on doing that. Individuals, whether you know in the IT space or not, always keep learning about something.
Yeah. What do you think if how students especially would cope if AI had to disappear completely from the world?
I think very good question that you ask, because we always speak about it at campus on a staff level.
Yeah.
If it had to disappear completely for the entire world and students relied on it, in the first 2 to 3 years, the entire global marks of students would take a dip.
Yes.
100%.
Definitely.
And then thereafter, they're gonna learn to do things by themselves, and then you'll see that big rise in the graph as well.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can live without it.
Yes.
After time, though.
Exactly.
We're going to have to let the years take its course. Now, how has teaching Gen Z changed the way you approach your lectures?
Since I wouldn't say I'm a Gen Z, just after that phase, I think.
Yeah. No, you are Gen Z.
Oh, am I?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
You
What age does it stop at?
It's from 1997 to 2012.
Okay, so I fit in.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, but I feel older, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, I do too. I do too, honestly. But yeah, what lesson do you try to teach your students? Like go beyond the classroom or textbook?
It has definitely made me more conscious of the way I communicate. Me being the age of 24, for example, and a student coming in at their age, the communication gap isn't too big.
Yeah.
So they'll relate to a lot of things about you. They'll sometimes use you as a role model of some sort because you like their same age. They'll see how you dress, for example. They'll want to dress the same smart way.
Yeah.
If you're dressing badly, they'll dress the same way.
Yeah.
The way you communicate to them, if you're helping them, being kind, things like that. And students today are surrounded by short form content, social media, instant information, and technology. Their expectations around engagement are different. Meaning you can't just have a talk with them for 20 minutes to 1 hour expecting them to listen to every single word. They're going to get bored. They used to more of a 30 seconds kind of talk and getting to that point and then going to the next theme.
Yeah.
That's how social media has taught them. And so I can't simply stand at the front of a class and talk to like students for 2 hours and expect everyone to remain engaged.
Yes.
I try to make things practical, use examples, and I encourage students and discussion. Mainly because with their friends, they're going to be with their friends for like 3 years, for example, if they're doing a degree. Their friends are going to influence the way they think.
Yeah.
It's not going to be mainly me as well. Yes, I might teach them something. Their friends will tell them, okay, this lecturer is telling you nonsense. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So by influencing them to discuss things helps a lot. But I also think there's a balance. Education can't always be entertaining. Sometimes you have to sit with something difficult and work through it. Some students will tell me, sir, I've worked through this the entire month with an assignment.
Yeah.
And I can't get through it.
Yeah,
And it's due tomorrow, please help me. So I think the challenge is making learning engaging without losing the discipline that comes with learning.
Wait, so I have a question for you. Have
Yes.
you experienced students who are older than you?
Yes.
Yeah. And how does that go? Do they respect you as a lecturer, or do they feel like, okay, now I'm older than you, so I don't need to respect you?
A lot of the older students, older than me, very respectful. And I'm talking from a perspective of Richfield now.
Yeah.
And I have come across other students of other institutions, but mainly Richfield students, the level of respect mainly because they know that they can rely on you if something has to happen to them, as well as the disrespect, if it had to be done, will be taken very seriously.
Yeah.
So we don't do favors and stuff for students in terms of, hey, I need to submit an assignment, help me do it. So working with them to know that at the end of the day, you teaching them a life skill where they can use it one day for themselves, for their families. So I'd say the older generation, in my opinion, at Ridgefield, they do respect everyone.
Okay, I'm glad. Now, with AI developing so rapidly, how do you see it changing the role of IT professionals and educators?
Good question. I think we just had a meeting the other day at campus for the academics, and I think AI is going to change the role of almost every professional in some way.
Yeah.
So take for example teaching as well, where there's online robots to teach people.
Yeah.
So but that's the concern there, where the human touch is involved. And IT is obviously right at the center of that, meaning I don't want to see AI simply as a replacement for people, but I see it as a tool that can make people more capable, meaning a student will use it to do their assignment, but after that it's up to them to paraphrase, put their own ideas into that. For example, a developer can use AI to help generate code. And coding is important to give the personal touch of it, where you're putting comments, different things, and troubleshoot problems. But the human still needs to understand what they're doing.
Yes, for sure.
I gave the example in class the other day where you're creating a system or an app and you're pitching it to someone, for example, an investor. And that investor is going to ask you, okay, why did you code this button to be red? And if you used AI and don't understand now where to go change the red from red to blue, maybe you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
But you can't blindly copy an AI generated answer and assume it's correct as well.
Yes.
AI platforms lie a lot. They'll assume what you're asking it is correct, and sometimes you'll manipulate their answer to become, or for their answer to become correct. So I think IT professionals and of the future needs to understand technology and know how to work intelligently, but alongside AI.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Now, what technology do you believe students should be paying more attention to right now?
AI is obviously one of them, but it's not a technology.
Okay.
In terms of, if you think about it, AI could be used in so many contexts. For example, a car manufacturing plant. In that way, it's a tool. You're limiting human factor, AI is coming into play. But I wouldn't tell students to focus only on AI. They should understand the ecosystem around it. Data plays a huge role in AI. Every prompt that you put into an LLM, which is a large learning module, basically gets stored somewhere. And that's where data centers come into play. And as I said, the data centers where the bigger companies are creating around the world, there's so much of data being processed. Cloud computing as well, that's next. Cybersecurity. The security that comes with AI is huge. The most or the best paying jobs right now and the growing industries in the world is cybersecurity. Mainly because there's so much data that needs to be protected, from simply a phone password to a bank account PIN to launch codes for the US. Everything will need cybersecurity, and AI doesn't exist in isolation. It needs data, it needs infrastructure, it needs software, it needs security. So rather than chasing the latest buzzword, meaning the trending word, I'd encourage students to understand the foundations and then understand where technologies like AI fit into the bigger picture.
Yes, okay. Now, what skills do young people need to develop today to remain relevant in an increasingly digital world?
Okay, first thing, adaptability. Second thing, problem solving. Third is communication. Digital literacy is next. And lastly, you'll have continuous learning. Things like adaptability, them as being a student to after student life, meaning you're working, they have to adapt to different environments. That's your first one. Problem solving, from problem solving to in campus life, to school life, to after school life, and after campus life. A manager is going to give you a task, you need to know how to do it. You can't think of, okay, let me go use AI and now ChatGPT it, for example, and get a solution. Problem solving then and there is very important. Communication, how to speak to anyone in terms of the business that you're in, your friends, your family. Things like that you take you take for granted. For example, you have a manager and they give you a task and it's due by the end of the day and you just go home before doing the task.
Yeah.
You didn't communicate, something was wrong, maybe someone passed away, you needed to leave. Communication plays a big role in the professional setting. Digital literacy. Things, for example, Microsoft Suite.
Yeah.
People think, okay, this person I'm hiring knows Microsoft. I wouldn't ask them the question,
Yeah.
do you know how to use Microsoft PowerPoint? But knowing how to use it plays a big role because you'll still go back one day and think all these big and new features of another PowerPoint or an app. Let me just go back to use Microsoft PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And then continuous learning. Very important in terms of you always reading. And for example, just open Google Chrome. You'll see the news tab. And if you actually search about AI and technology things there, your news tab will always be filtered to the correct things that you need to see.
Yeah, and like also with a lot of these apps, there are in-store app payments.
Yes.
So like for example, CapCut, you can't just use CapCut because you have to unlock all features by paying a premium price. So I assume that's also working for Microsoft PowerPoint, and they didn't have that initially.
Yes.
But now they have that. Even with CapCut and all these other apps, you have to pay for it now.
Everything I feel nowadays has become about money making.
Yeah.
Rather than giving you everything that you need for free. And all of these apps that you're using has a free version, has a paid version.
Yes. Yeah.
And a lot of the people are using paid versions.
Yes.
Mainly because whoever develops the app for the free version is terrible. Meaning they want you to pay something extra to use the best version that they could produce.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we unfortunately running out of time.
No problem.
But I wanted to thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome.
I actually would love to continue this conversation soon, inshallah. But
Perfect.
yeah, thank you for coming on.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You know, I would want to mention everything that you're doing just to say goodbye, but there's too many things.
No
but this
stress.
is Muhammad Akhil Khan, and yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Assalamu alaikum. I will be seeing you guys next week, Thursday, the 27th of August, inshallah, from 2 to 3 p.m. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Radio Al Ansar.